Yes, well, good morning from the sunny South Florida. We're here at the Broward County Stadium, and we're into the third day of this encounter between the USA and Canada, women's T20 cricket. It's the ICC World Cup Qualifier. Good morning, Eddie, my
Well, a
fellow
pleasant
commentator.
good morning to you, Ivor Henry, and a pleasant good morning to all our listeners, and particularly those in the Caribbean, those in the Asian continent. It is indeed a great pleasure to be back here at the Broward County Stadium in sunny South Florida, as my partner, Ivor Henry, just mentioned a few moments ago. So, the latest here at the Broward County Stadium is that USA would have won the toss, and they have decided Ivor to take first strike. And Ivor Henry will give you the USA team.
Yes, the USA would have made two changes from their yesterday match. We had Martin, she's coming in. Kodali, she's coming in. Out goes Samantha Ramatha and Chandra Sekha. So the playing 11 would be Martin, Beckford, Wendler, Kodali, Ramjet, Gunny, Wallison, Farouk, Baskar, and Itika.
And the Canadian team certainly, they remain the same as of yesterday. And I believe that Ivor would want to give the listeners and the viewers the Canadian team as well.
Yes, so Mashrikan is captain, of course, and we have Pereira, we have Chantel Martin. So we have Martins on both sides. So we have a Chantel Martin out of Canada today. Amzat, Azmat, I beg your pardon, Shamsad, Kwazi, Machandani, and Patel, Manali Patel, Kolkar, Zia. The wicketkeeper is Bay, and that's the playing 11. So the players are out in the middle, and the umpires for today, we're having our lady umpire who is going to be doing her second chore. She would have done the first day. Now she's back. That's Jacqueline Williams and Samir Bandekar. Those are going to be the two umpires who are going to be out in the middle. So we are 1 minute before playing time. Remember, it's an ICC event. And for all you viewers online, we welcome you. And you're hearing the voice of Eddie Edwards and Ivor Henry. And Eddie, some clouds are hanging about. But a brilliant and beautiful day for cricket here in South Florida.
Indeed, and that is why it is called the Sunshine State, indicative of the name. Well, the batters are out. It's Grunny and Rendler, and it looks like Grunny is going to take strike Ivor. And Khan is going to be in operation for the Canadian team from the southern end. And she will be bowling right arm over to the right-handed Grunny. First delivery is played into the off region. Played it into the onside, and immediately the Canadians are off the Americans are off the mark. Is one without loss. Played it into the position. Comes across and picks up and prevent the batsman from getting any run. So it is one without loss. Grunny is on one. Rendler is yet to score. Delivery played back along the track for Canterfield to our own bowling. So there's a short third man, cover extra cover. Mid wicket. Fine leg. Mid off and a mid on. towards the leader on position. Fielder just taking a couple of steps forward and grab hold of the ball and threaten to throw the stumps down at the striker's end. She was never in any danger at any time at all. So rubbed on the pad. The question asked, but not outside the umpire. Certainly umpire giving the nod that it was going down the leg. So here's a point. Pretty much everyone is inside the circle except for the Chicago fielder. This one is swung way out towards wide mid wicket and into the boundary board for 4. So that's the first 4 of the morning. They repitched up to Rendler and give it the treatment that deserve. So Rendler goes on to 4. USA winning the toss, decided to bat first. They are 5-way out loss at the end of over number 1. And we're into the power batting play. So certainly USA would have won 2 previous encounters that they would have played against Canada, of course, and looking to suit the Canadians. I'm pretty much sure that would have been the talk at the hotel or at the grounds this morning in the dressing room. Looked like Pereira is going to pick up the attack from the northern end. And she'll be bowling to Grunny, who is on 1. So there's a short third man, mid wicket. Long off, cover extra cover. So long on, the back quarter square, mid wicket is deep. Looking to flick it into the onside, Ivor Henry. And right away, Pereira struck big for the Canadian team. And it is something certainly that lots of us can attest to. Looking to turn the ball into the onside, did make contact, and the leg stump was uprooted. Ivor Henry.
Yes, you know the saying, you miss, I hit. That was a good flighted delivery on the stumps, and the batter played right across it, and that leg stump was plucked right out of the ground. So her first delivery up, she has struck goal for Canada. So the US has lost the first wicket. Earlier in the day, they would have won the toss, elected to bat, and now they're on 5 for the loss of 1 wicket. So they've had a good start on the previous 2 matches, the 2 opening batters. But this time the Canadians have made inroads. On the very first day, they would have scored some 67 for no loss. Yesterday, there was a good, healthy partnership as well. But today, Sunday, they would have struck goal in the second over, the first delivery. A good, nice looping delivery on stumps. The batter played right across. And Eddie, we have to remember it's a ladies' cricket, so we're going to have to saying more batters and ladies than batsmen and all that good stuff. So, folks, we apologize for the first for yesterday when we would have maybe indicated in terms of gender base, we're saying more towards the male.
So the new batter is Bashkar, and right away she's out the mark and takes it down towards the fine leg region and into the boundary board for 4. So right away she continues from where she left off yesterday, Ivor Henry, and certainly looking to make a lot more runs than she did yesterday to give the Americans something to really cheer about.
Yes, Achini looking good. That one was bowled into the legs, going down the leg side. I mean, you would want to bowl it on stump, like the previous delivery when you would have taken a wicket, but she just had to get some willow in it. There's no fine leg. There's none neither up in the circle or beyond the 30-yard circle. So this is a fast outfield, Eddie, and we're playing the 65-yard boundaries. It's up to ICC standard. Again, I want to say good morning to all the viewers, and we're bringing you commentary, compliments, quick clubs.
So that was pulled away down towards the wide mid-wicket position by Bashkar. And the batter complete a single, so takes the score now to 10 for the loss of 1. Pereira Ivor perhaps looking to extract some early morning moisture from this turf here at the Broward County Stadium.
Well, it seems as if the wicket is full of runs. I had a look at it this morning, spoke with the curator, and it seems as if it's in immaculate shape. So, having won the toss, the USA, I'm sure they would have considered that. It seems as if it's a boatload of runs. They were somewhat disappointed yesterday in just making 113 when they were on par to get to about 130. But nonetheless, they held their nerves and kept the Canadians in check. This one is played off the pads.
Down towards the backward square position. Mid-wicket comes across to her right, knocks it down and couldn't prevent the batters from getting a single. So one more to the total. Goes up now to 11 for 1. And it brings a hard-hitting and more aggressive Bashkar into strike. She's forward defensive, pushing it back into the mid-off position. The over comes to an end, and at the end of the over, at the end of it, USA winning the toss, decided to bat first. It is 11 for the loss of 1 wicket. Bashkar is on 5. Rendler is on 5 as well.
Yes, all ones on the board. It's early days yet, so 11 for 1 instead of 1-1-1 for 1. You never know, we might get to that 1-1-1 for 1. But the Canadians would have other ideas, and they are hoping to make further inroads into the USA ladies batting team.
So, Can is going to continue from the southern end. And she'll be bowling to Rendler. I believe he was back of the lane, pulled away out towards the mid-wicket region. Close the field from some 3/4 away of the boundary. The return comes in, 1 bounce to the keeper. So the bat were able to get a single. So 1 more to Rendler. Rendler goes on to 6. It is 12 for 1. Ivor.
Yes, the skipper yesterday would have taken some 2 wickets in and over, and now she's again leading from the front. It was very unfortunate for her run-out dismissal when the Canadians were really hoping that she would stay at the wicket, and it was not to be. It was some good bit of feeling by the USA. They had some free run-outs in the game.
And that one is stroked out towards mid-on. So the captain Ivor is bowling, and she's bowling quite some good deliveries there so far, holding them back of a length. Slow deliveries into the batter's pad. Turns that one into the short mid-wicket position, making it score. So if you're just joining us, it's slow going here. We're into the 3rd over. USA would have won the toss and decided to bat. They're 12 for 1. Ronnie losing a wicket in the very 2nd over, the first ball of that over. Back past the bowler. This one coming all the way to the boundary. Who's going to win the race? The ball does into the boundary board. Good looking shot there by Bashkar Ivor Henry.
Yes, indeed, there was a foot chase on from the 2 fielders, and the ball eventually won the race just beneath us here in the com box. So we have seen 2 boundaries struck so far, and they've been struck off of the skipper.
Looking at Bashkar Ivor, what has been your opinion? What is your opinion about her based on what you would have seen yesterday and thus far today?
Well, a steady batsman, good balance head. She plays proper cricket in shot. The only thing I think overall they tend to favor the onside a bit more than the offside. But they do have offside shots. You would have seen a few glorious shots into the offside. But the tendency seems to be using a lot of right hand and pulling across the line, as you would have seen the first wicket fallen today, trying to get into the onside with one that was about middle and leg, and eventually the leg stump was plucked out of the ground.
This time she is sweeping down towards fine leg, which will run away to the boundary. Giving chase, just pull it back, maybe just about an inch away from the boundary. Ivor Henry, the return comes in, one bounce into the gloves of the keeper, and in the meantime, Bashkar got 2 runs, take the total to 18. She's on 11. Rendler is on 6. Ivor.
Yes, again, more runs coming again into the onside of the field, and like I said, they favor the onside. But Grundy, she would have gone with her contribution being 2 to the total, and Rendler is on 6. Bashkar is into double figures. She is on 11, not out.
So, by far one of the more aggressive batters in the USA team.
Excuse me, Grundy would have made 1, I beg your pardon. She made 1 from 2 deliveries.
Correction there by Ivor Henry. And Pereira to continue. Looking to turn that delivery into the onside. And they shout out no. And of course putting up the hand indicating to the non-striker that she should stay in her crease or stay in her ground. 18 for 1. We're into over number 4. Swan is swinging away down towards the mid-wicket region. Fielder some 3/4 away to the boundary. No problem at all in collecting that. Right with return along the ground, but cannot prevent the batsman from getting a single. 19 for 1.
Again, more runs into the onside. But the protection would have been the 2 fielders that are allowed outside of the 30-yard circle. One was stationed in the wide long on and the deep mid-wicket. But for this batsman, they're just using the one outside of the 30-yard circle, which is the man down on the deep mid-wicket. And she's pulling and pulling well. This will go into the boundary for 4. So another boundary. And again, that favorite position, the onside, she was sweeping and pulling it down. We have not seen a maximum in this tournament so far, but days of old, we used to say that hitting sixes is ugly cricket because you're giving the fielder a chance to catch a ball because you cannot catch the ball on the ground. So they've been well coached. They have not hit many balls in the air intentionally. Again, turning it around the corner. There's a foot chase on. I think this time the ball is going to be winning the race. So again, with soft hands, turning it around the corner and down to the fine leg area for yet another boundary.
So that is Bashkar. Bashkar goes on to 19. The aggressive Bashkar, who came in to replace Groney, and certainly thus far she is repairing the damage that was done by Pereira in over number 2 with ball number 1.
Yes, well, she's number 3. More often than not, you'll always hear your number 3 batsman is always the best batsman in the team. And she's turning the wheels on. It's on to 27 for 1. We're basking in sunshine here at the Boward Cricket Stadium. We have to get accustomed to that new name. Boward Cricket Stadium used to be the Central Boward Park, but it's a park because there are other activities that's taking place in the park. But in the main stadium here, they've addressed it as the stadium, Boward Stadium. Again around the corner. Yes, no, yes, no. A direct hit, but the batter was well in. But again, they're running. I think they'll have to make up their minds early. It's an early yes or an early no. But the stuttering today and Friday as well, because there was quite a bit of run out on Friday and again yesterday.
And we saw that between the captain of the Canadian team yesterday, unfortunately.
They were again, that one was on off stump, and they were trying to tug it into the onside. They got an inside edge into the pads and a dot to end that over. So the latest score here at the Broward County Stadium, it is 28-1. Baska is on 20. She's into the 20s from some 11 deliveries. And Wendler is on 7. So we're going to have a bowling change from the southern end. Zia it is, who's going to be replacing the skipper. Skipper Can.
And yesterday they would have sucked up a lot of deliveries and wind up with, I think it was 1. But obviously